And it means that you can create a Jenkins file in your plugin repository with just build plugin brackets. We have like a function, a pipeline function that will do all the default stuff for you. So you can literally have a Jenkins file with this one line, and that will automatically build on JDK 8 on Linux and Windows. And also, it's a multi-branch pipeline project, so it will build all of your pull requests, it'll build all of your branches, and report back to GitHub automatically.
Chris? So I think Daniel is adding it to the notes right now on the homepage of CI Jenkins.io. He's added some links to existing documentation. Okay. This falls on my shoulders for it being shittily documented. I don't really have a great list of plugins that are already installed, except what we have in Puppet. But there are the labels that are available as far as the agents that we have in that infrastructure. But that would be something I definitely would like to improve. So if there are things that you, like open questions that you ran into, you're just like, I don't know how to do this, then let's fix that later today.
Well, I don't mind being a guinea pig exploring and then creating and get started.
Yeah, right. I mean, there is documentation. There is documentation in the shared library README, for example. Yeah. So it is there. And also, as ever with Jenkins, like a good source is just looking through GitHub. If you look at other plugins and see how they're building, you just look at their Jenkins file. So the ones for my plugins are basically either the default, or I've said, no, I don't want to build on Windows because actually my tests don't run on Windows, for example. But yeah, you can have more complicated ways of running the Jenkins file. And again, there's lots of different repositories where you can check that out. Bobby?
Yeah, so I reacted a bit on one of the slides where how to create a new or create your own plugin slide. On how to do that, I would like to add in the very beginning there is ask first, because even though you might not find a plugin that does what you do, there are people on the dev list that might help you find that for you so that you can contribute to an existing plugin instead.
Right,
so that we don't get a bunch of more plugins that does almost the same thing.
The point Bobby was making that before step 1, have an idea, really step 0 is ask us first to see if someone's already implemented this, because with 1,200 plugins, there's a good chance that someone's implemented something very similar or maybe identical to what you're wanting to do. So maybe you should work with that person to get on the plugin.
Just might be that the words you are using when you're searching for it is not the same that the other developer has used.
Right, so what actually we have, I think, at the very top of the hosting plugins page is a plea to people, hey, it's really nice that you want to write a plugin, but either you should do some searching first or talk to us in the mailing list. That's a very common thing that comes up where someone just gets really excited, writes a plugin, and then asks for us to host it, and then we say, well, this is actually completely identical to this one here. So it saves a bit of pain on everyone's side, on our side and also from the users, so they don't have to dig through so many similar plugins. But yeah, James.
It's probably more for Daniel, because you mentioned stats. I know you went through some trouble to do the stats of a Jenkins version for a plugin version for a particular plugin, so you can see if I'm going to bump my plugin to X, Y, Z, how many users am I going to annoy or no one. That's not on stats yet. Is that going to be automated and on there, or is that something we have to ask you for?
It's automated, it's on there, but it's not linked yet.
Right, so the question is, in the usage statistics, we can tell of the users of a plugin, what version of the plugin are they running and what version of core are they running. This is important, for example, to base decisions on what version of Jenkins is the minimum for my plugin. And so I built a script that generates giant tables out of that, so you can find out whether raising the Jenkins minimum version will impact users. These exist, the URLs exist. The idea there was to link them from the plugin site, plugins.jenkins.io. That link does not yet exist. That was a few weeks ago that I set this up. But I think in the near future there will be a link from the plugin site to these statistics. And I mean, optionally, we can also link it from stats.jenkins.io. I don't really care either way. But the idea was to have it on the plugin side because this is kind of the landing page for any given plugin.
Apparently it is linked, but not from the plugin site, but on a different page from stats that I wasn't looking at. So if you it's a link down, but
So basically on stats.jenkins.io, we have a lot of stats. So they're just maybe hard to find. But yeah, I think over time we're linking more and more information from plugins.jenkins.io, whether that's obviously the source code issues, but also security issues and maybe other statistics about usage in the future. Yep. Okay. If that's that, then all right, next topic. What's coming up?